Alright guys, welcome back. This video will not be complete. Yes, I'm filming this halfway through my workout. I actually did 2 different exercises earlier, but I didn't record them due to 2 reasons. This place was crowded. It's a very small space. So yeah, it was very crowded. I didn't want to invade privacy or disturb other people with where I put my tripod. Secondly, I just don't do well with social interaction. So yeah. Anyway, to speed things up before there might be a chance someone comes in, what I did was I did some warm-up with a resistance band, followed by doing shoulder press on a 90-degree bench as a warm-up. Then I decided to do more shoulder press, but this time I sat on the floor, my legs out, and I just did the shoulder press. I heard it's a lot better for the core, in a sense, the stability. And then after that, I went to do, I don't know what it's called, but I learned it from Sadiq. I don't know his full name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't wish to butcher it. But basically, it's when you know how your normal shoulder press is like this? So you tilt it downwards, like this. It's to activate the rear delts a lot more. And I like it a lot. So now I'll be doing my final 2 exercises, which is rear delts fly and then shoulder raise. That's it. I'm gonna be doing high set. Also be on the heavier side as well. Because for shoulder, I don't really like to do varieties. I like to stick to the basic. And that's when I feel I can really get the most out of it. So yeah. Let me just shift this one side. And let's proceed with my shoulder flies. I don't wish to go too heavy on this one actually. I think 12.5 is good enough. Will I be in the frame? I hope so. Something very ironic about me is, especially for shoulders, I love free weights. I'm not a huge fan of machines and cables when it comes to shoulder. Yeah, it can be more dangerous, but I just feel like I can really maximize the most out of it whenever I use dumbbell. So yeah. And honestly, a really proud moment just now. There was 2 kids, roughly about 3 to 4 years younger than me. A fella approached me and asked me for some advice on how to target the rear delts as well as the mid back. I'm not a professional, I'm not a trainer, but what I told him, he actually asked me how to do the reverse fly curl or something like that. Basically what I did. And he also asked me, what about those people who do something like this? And I'm like, oh, that's more for the back. So I showed him both. I told him for the back rows, that what you call it, I don't know. People tend to do it chest supported. So yeah. So I showed him, like, you kind of just lean forward with your leg close together. No need to lean too far in or far back. Just a slightly bend will do. And then just fly. Imagine like you're like a bird. Once you get the hang of it, you can start to add your own variations. Like for me, I like to bend my elbow a little bit more so I can go heavier. But for beginner, I'll just recommend you get to know the motion first before you actually try out different stuff. And then for the chest supporter, I kind of just showed him like, oh, although with the restriction and all, you can still do it. Squeeze out your back, pull your elbow to your belly button there. The basics. Then, I don't know, they kind of train a little bit of sports here and there. They brought in their badminton rackets. So I told them, oh, I assume you guys are like some kind of, you guys are not really training for aesthetic or bodybuilding whatsoever. You're more like training to be athletic, to keep fit for a sport. So I kind of introduced them face pull as well, which I think is a really, really great rear delts and back exercise. So yeah. I mean, I'm a bit contradicting myself now because I'll agree. I'm not a huge fan of social interactions. But when it comes to the gym community and when people ask others for help, I think it's a really great gesture. I have asked people for advice and people have asked me for advice. So, this kind of knowledge, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the rest. Because I think that's where the joy really comes. When your community grows and grows. And you kind of just, or maybe not even grow, you just kind of introduce someone like, hey, I'm in this community and I like it here. It's great to talk about what you like to do. Anyway, I think I'll do 2 more sets and I'll move on to shoulder raise. Okay, I felt a little weak with that one. I actually wanted to do face pull, but yesterday I did back, so I'm not really feeling that strong. That's why my rear delts is kind of off balance once in a while. So yeah. Alright, on second thought, I'll cancel the last set for my rear delts and I'll just dive straight to my side delts. So usually for my side delts, I love to do a pyramid. So I'll start low, I'll go up high, and then I'll end low again. Or sometimes I like to do upslope, a pyramid as well. Start low and high. For today, maybe I will start low and high, and I'll do a drastic drop to low. So let's go ahead and start with 10. Rep count, I'll try 10 to 12. First set, I'll keep it simple. I'll do 10 reps. Alright, so for my shoulder raises, um, I kind of like to do something special in a sense. I'll show you with lightweight before I actually go on to my working set. So I know for shoulder raises, people like to keep it straight and then they just bring the shoulder ups. For me, what I like to do, I don't know if you can notice the difference, but I like to bring my shoulder down, like kind of stop flexing it in a sense, let it rest. Then when I pull up, I tend to just use a bit of body weight and then swing it up. But the moment I'm here onwards, it's purely shoulder. So it's kind of just swing it up and I'll rest it down. That's why you notice when I rest it down, I'm in a flex position. Then when I like to reset myself for every rep, you notice my arm just go back down. So yeah, that's me for shoulder raises. I'll show a slight not say demonstration, but I'm gonna do what I usually do, and I'll see whether you guys can kind of notice it. I think I can squeeze up 2 more. I understand that a lot of people for shoulder raises, they kind of like to spam it. So they like to go with low weight to high weight and then drop it back down. Then in a sense, they're kind of doing like multiple sets. I tend to keep it shorter and simple. Just go straight for the weight that I'm comfortable with, at the same time able to reach fatigue. And then, yeah, just keep it, although it's usually on a higher side, like I'm still doing 5 to 6 sets. But yeah. Of course, I usually don't go too heavy because ultimately shoulders are joints. And I have injured my left shoulder before, so usually for shoulder, as much as I like to pump, I like to go heavy, I'm keeping it safe as well. What I noticed for side raises as well, because the heavier you go, I think this applies to other exercises as well, but the heavier you go, the more you're gonna cheat on it. You're gonna be using swings, you're gonna be like trying to bring the weight up. And because of that, you won't really feel the activation on the targeted supposed muscle. So yeah, see what you want to reach. Like I said, once in a while it's good to cheat, but most of the time try to keep it to a weight that at the same time you are challenging yourself, but you must also be able to feel the tension on that targeted muscle. kind of want to do front raises for my last set. You know what? Let's try it out. Yeah, now I kind of remembered why I shine myself away from front raises. But anyway, this kind of bring me back to a bit of nostalgia. When I was younger, I like to do Henry Cavill workout. So it's a bit like something like this. You know what, let's just do it for our last set.